Hello, it is Monday again. It's Miriam Freer, Enyo UK, and welcome to our Monday session today. Whether you are going to join me live, whether you're on catch up, then welcome. And if you're looking for other information on Enyo, which is about cleaning our home without chemicals, then what you can do is you can also hop onto my YouTube channel. That's Enyo UK with Miriam Freer. Or there are lots of videos also on this Facebook page, but do just have a look and that will give you lots of information. But welcome everybody, how nice to see you all. Now, my hall is a little bit darker than I anticipated because all of my lights have just blown. So let's hope that it stays a little bit lighter for us to do this, because today, hello everyone, is all about, we're going to talk about floors for little paws. So whether that is about pets that you've got in the house, particularly because it is Pet Month in Enyo UK, and we've got some, trying to get my piece of paper, we've got some amazing offers. I'm going to chat through these ones today, and that's particularly really why we're also looking at floors, but whether it's floors for little paws, so excited by my alliteration, and whether that is for our pets or it's for our little people, then it's really important. It's lovely to see you. Right, so let me put that over there. Hopefully the dinge and the darkness will not put us off, and we will have a great time talking about floors. So this is what we're going to be focusing on today, is our floor system. I hope you've all had a good week. Can you believe, hello everyone, that my kids are back to school? It's unbelievable. This week they will be back, both of them will be back in school on Thursday and Friday. I can't believe it. It's kind of taken me a little bit by surprise, even though it's been 5 months since they've been off. Who would have thought it? So, tell me how you've been this week and what you've been up to. And we've been using all sorts of Enyo around the house, trying to get it clean. And I've also found a really great amount of mank that we're going to be able to clean tonight. So it's good. Don't judge me, people. But it is all happening here. Let me tell you, it is pretty disgusting. And your floor came home today. Woo, woo. Suzanne, I am so excited that your floor system is home. Oh, I can't wait to hear how you get on with it. Oh my goodness. Now, well, we are going to talk about floors. I want to talk about actually looking after it as well. So today, this bit, the bit that we call the foot plate, I had a little look down. And it was shocking because, of course, it's down there and it's picking up like bits of dust and grit. And what can happen is that in here, right, you can just get little bits of grit. So I wash mine. I'm going to do a before and after photo for you so that you can see. If you don't, or if you've never washed your floor system, like me, then I just encourage you periodically to get it and give it a wash. It will really help the movement of it because it just occasionally gets a little bit of grit stuck in it. And if you wash it, like anything else, just hot soapy water and let it air dry. And when you wash it, give it, just let me balance that pole. My goodness, it's all going on. Then I really gave it a great big wash in here, all right? And it will, hello there Jill, it will really help your floor system if you give it a periodic wash. Okay, it doesn't take long. As I said, I used a little bit of Enyo washing up liquid and that just did the job perfectly. Okay, so if you don't use Enyo at the moment to clean your floors, then what do you use? All right. If you don't, there's no shame here, all right? You're allowed to say anything. So if you don't use Enyo to clean your floors, what do you use? Because maybe you haven't got that far yet. And if you do use Enyo to clean your floors, what was it that appealed to you about the Enyo floor system? So, 2 questions, have to type today, makes me feel loved. So, if you don't have Enyo yet to clean your floors, what do you use? And if you do use Enyo to clean your floors, or look at all you exciting people with your Enyo home, what appealed to you about using Enyo? So Suzanne, you've got your floor system home. What appealed to you about using Enyo to clean your floors? All right, so they're my questions for today. I'll tell you what appealed to me, and you can tell me as you go along. It was just the ease of it. I had gone through multiple steam mops in my time, and then it would fall over because I was forever balancing things. You'd used other things, all right? I had to, so the steam mop was there, it fell over, I would ring them up and say, oh, can I buy this bit? And they would say, oh, madam, I'm afraid we've discontinued that model, but you can buy a new upgrade. So I was forever picking up a new steamer, or then I went back to a mop and bucket, no chemicals around your kids. Yeah, that's a brilliant reason, isn't it, Cheryl, really? And I just thought I have to find something that is better. Now, the first time I got my Enyo floor system was actually when I joined the business. All right, so I saw Enyo, I decided to join because I thought this is amazing. Everybody needs to know about Enyo. Oh, you had other, oh, you hated cleaning floors, steam mop exploded. It was, yes, absolutely. It's a no-brainer having Enyo. Anyway, my floor system arrived home and I had a day to understand it before I went to do my first demo. I thought, oh, this is ridiculous. This thing is awful. I kept on taking the pole out, couldn't get it to work. And you know what? It took me a little bit of time, and as soon as I really understood what it was doing and how it was doing, I was like, oh, how did I ever live without this? All right. And so I'm just going to go through it all right from the basics tonight. And we're going to talk a little bit about what and why we use Enyo. So if you are a pet lover, mop and flash, walking in bare feet, absolutely. Suzanne, I'm so glad you've raised that point because I'm going to talk about that in relation to our pets tonight. Okay, so as we go through, let me talk about what is what. So this is the foot plate, all right, and this little bit we call the cuff. There is also a really excellent video by Enyo International on putting your floor system together, and I will bung it on the page after this because it has no words and it's a really good one if you ever have a moment about what you are doing. Cleaning the floors, poor dog's feet. Absolutely, Catherine. But I'd never thought about my kids padding around and licking their hands and what I'll put on the floor. I hadn't made the connection, and I suppose it's like anything else, isn't it? I hadn't made the connection either about cleaning a high chair with chemicals and then putting food on and then putting it all over the face. It's just like, oh my goodness, light bulb moment. Oh, the floor system, Sarah Jane, is awesome. And it's on special offer. Oh, so I'm going to tell you about that. Right, foot plate. And the telescopic pole. And we know that we use this for lots of things. And in fact, tonight, if we have time, we're also going to use it on my Velux because there's about 100 dead spiders and flies up there. So I'm just going to show you how to. Right, so it fits in. And then if you have a look here, you will see that there's a little flange, and every turn it pops up and then it locks. All right, so every half a turn, it releases the pole so that you can take it out like that. And every half a turn, you can see that it goes flat. All right, and that means it's locked in. So it's as simple as that. You have to lock it in, and then you bring up this, oh, am I out of shot? Sorry. All right, so you bring this up, and then it's all about turning the pole and bringing it up to your nose height. My daughter, Rebecca, is completely delighted because she did a demo today and she remembered the word ergonomic. All right, and that is exactly that, Catherine. It's so much easier on your back, all right, because it puts absolutely no strain there. I'm trying to, my goodness, I need to have a pair of like triple focals here. For easy to use, peace of mind. Absolutely, Bev. That's what it's about. There's nothing on the floor that can harm anyone. And do you know why I love it? Because when I do that, it just stands there. How awesome is that? Shall I let you into a little secret? Okay, so Johannes, the CEO, said, do you know why we make this yellow? And I thought, well, it's your corporate colours, but they particularly, Enyo made a decision to make the top of the floor system yellow so that if it bashes against a wall, it won't mark it. Isn't that thoughtful? I love that. All right, so because usually things are black at the top, and you know yourself that if anything falls against the wall, it leaves a black scuff mark. Not with this little Herbert. Isn't that nice? Little thoughtfulness by Enyo. I love that. So let's talk about this then in relation to our pets, because it's all about Pet Month. And the Environmental Protection Agency look at the rate and the concentration of chemicals inside the house as opposed to outside the house. So the air in the home can be 2 to 5 times more polluted than the air outside the home. Now I talk about this all of the time, all right, about how our little people, our pets, are even more affected because we know that all of those micro little bits that we puff out of our vaporized chemicals remain airborne for 30 minutes. They come down, they're heavier than the air, so the things that really get affected are our small people, because the toxins go into the lower level, all right, and they also, because their bodies are smaller, they absorb more, so they have a more critical effect on our children and also on our pets. And floors actually become a complete hotbed for those toxins because, as I said, everything drifts down and it falls on the floor. Not only from the cleaner that we're using on the floor, but everything else that's around. And one thing that I didn't know, I'm just about to find my fact. Where is it here? It talks about, I can't find the word that I learned today. Oh yes, that's right. Animals have a bioaccumulation, big word, of toxins in their bodies. Now, what does that mean? Bioaccumulation happens in things like fish where they have massive mercury deposits. So it means their bodies, living organisms, absorb more than they can poop out, basically. All right, so they keep on absorbing and absorbing and absorbing. And animals, our pets, have a real problem with bioaccumulation. I never knew that. All right, so what happens is all those things in our floor cleaners, we've talked about that nasty word fragrance before, that covers, all right, about 200 chemicals that kind of they just whap in there and get under the radar by calling it fragrance. But the ones that are commonly used, the phthalates, they're the ones linked to respiratory disease and chemical burns, hormone disruption. Right, so all of those are a particular problem, particularly for our smaller pets, all right? And then we have short-term effects from cleaners on our floor, like dermatitis and itchy eyes, itchy paws. I remember a client of mine who said that her dog used to just lick the floor fanatically all the time. So there was obviously, and then got really itchy and grumpy and bits of its hair fell out. But as soon as we started washing the floor with water, with Enyo, all of those things disappeared. It's amazing, isn't it? That little build-up of the residue all the time is causing this bioaccumulation, and then it gets worse and worse. Okay, other things that happen is that the pores and the skin absorb loads. So although they're really robust, right, for going padding outside, and our bunny was going like the clappers today when somebody, don't know who, not me, one of the children, had let it go, bombing across the garden. So really robust outside, but really porous also to chemicals. All right, so the pores and the pads are just what's going to absorb. Same with toddlers. All right, so they're there, little people down there, hands up, lick, lick, lick. All right, all of those chemicals all the way over. Other things that often go in floor cleaners, like chlorine, because everyone's trying to kill the fact that your dog might have peed on the floor. All right, and that also has a real problem for vomiting for pets. Has anyone ever experienced any of those? All right, did any of you have ill animals at all as an effect of your floor? I know a couple of clients have, so I'm just wondering if anyone on here has. So obviously, the safest way that we can possibly clean is just by using water, right? And because of the way that Enyo cleans, then we know that that is going to stay cleaner for longer. So let's talk about all of the floor fibres that we have. Okie dokie. So we know that we have this wonderful dust fibre. If you have any of the Enyo living fibres, you're likely to have one of these little herberts. We know that we are going to use it dry. You can see there, it has a little cross. Let me get you on the right bit. Yeah, a little cross there on the water droplet. All right, so we know that we're going to use it dry. And this one, remember, works on a static charge. So we have to wake it up. All right, it's going to pick up about 13 times more than if you hoover or you brush. All right, so that's brilliant, Ellie, that you can testify to how your animals have been positively affected by using Enyo. Now then we know, don't we, the law with Enyo is the darker the fibre, the deeper the clean. So here's the range of our fibres. Soft fibre, which is, as it says, all right, soft, light is clean, brilliant for waxed wood, cork, unsealed wood, things like that. Medium fibre that actually has a massive range of uses. So I'm going to use that today on vinyl. People use it on sealed wood. You can use it on lots and lots of surfaces. Then we have a strong fibre, and actually if people have lots of pets or in farms, lots of people use this just because of the foot traffic and the amount of in and out and welly usage and dogs. But if we're going to use this Enyotex fibre, remember we have to dry behind. So these two are going to work as a pair. In the same way that we always use an Enyofill, if we use this Enyotex fibre, this one is kind of acting like that. This is the one that's going to come up really dirty because it's going to pick up the water-soluble dirt. Doesn't mean that this one isn't working. This one aggravates up the dirt. Sometimes, well, in my house, you can see it dirty, but this one is picking up the water-soluble dirt. All right? If you just use this one on its own, you've only done half the job. These ones have to work as a pair, okay? I love the strong fibre. All right, you can also dry after this one with this one, okay? You can use those two together also. The joy of the medium fibre is that you can use it on its own. And for lots of us, that's all we need. We might only need to buff if we have something particularly shiny. So ceramic tiles, I tend to find they just need an extra dry, and that's where this one works really well. And then the extreme fibre. Has anyone got one of these? Okay, this is incredible for flagstones. I'd use it on a patio. I wouldn't be drying after that then. I'm just aggravating and taking off the algae, and I use a lot of water with it. It's absolutely brilliant on decking and things like that. So, elderly cat. Interesting birth. Yes, skin conditions in animals can often be prompted by our use of chemicals, even just a little bit, because it's that compound in such a small little body. So today we are going to talk about the dust, and also we're going to talk about the medium, okay? So this one here, I'm breaking up. Apologies, everybody. Sorry about that. I'm sorry if my internet is not very happy. I will keep going and hopefully you will get me. Okay, so dust fibre. This is the one that we need to charge up. And remember, this is up to my nose height. And as I said, I will put the video on afterwards about how you can assemble it. Click it in, and then off we go. And we work in a figure of 8 coming towards us. Hopefully, I'm not breaking up too much now. Right, so let me put my other fibres up here. And what I love about this is it goes down flat as well. So underneath furniture, in and about. And I just want to move in that figure of 8 so that any bits that are too big for the fibre to hold are still coming towards me. Right, so I'm just going to park those over to one side. And you can see how manky I am. Right, look at that. Oh, shocking, Miriam Freer. Right, so what I love about it is it picks up those really tiny bits of grit and dust. And so what that means is that you have hardly any transference if you have any carpets, because it's going to trap and hold that until you release it. Now remember as well that you can use this on the walls. It's a floors, walls and ceiling zone. So if I was going to do that, remember we have this lovely twister. The twister just clicks in, all right, and then that is locked in place. Then I am going to put in the floor system, okay, and it's not a big movement here, it's just a down and lock. Can you see that? And then open and up to unlock, down and across. That's as simple as that. Right, I'm going to take you over here. Apologies again, limited light. Let's just put you down and all the way up. This is the offending article who has decided not to be working. All right, and now if I, just put that down and lock this into position. Now I can clean walls before I need to go, and if you get cobwebs all the way up there, or if you want to go and do walls before you paint them, then this is the little Herbert that you need to be able to do that job, okay? And what I would do if I was going to do the whole lot would be that I would put on the, let me just take you down here. Lovely. I would get the clip that comes off my window system and I would put it through here. All right, so there's 2 holes and 2 holes, and I would put them through, and that would just lock it all the way in place for the whole time that I was cleaning. Right, so that's all about my dusting, and I just wanted to show you what you need really if you want to go up high, because it's tricky with the floor system without this. The twister is £16, and I use it as well on all when I'm using my window system, because it just gives you that angle to be able to get down really low very easily. Okay, so let me just put this one back in, and then lovely. Right, so I'm going to take my dust one out. I'm going to put you back here so that you can see, hopefully, even though it's a bit dark. It's brilliant, Suzanne, for if you're also, I have people who were stripping wallpaper during lockdown, and the medium fibre or the strong fibre was brilliant about taking off all the glue. Rather than you having to use sugar soap, you can just wash over the walls. It's absolutely awesome. Okay, then we need to wash it. And I'm going to just use the medium fibre for that. And it works really effectively. Now, what I would usually use would be my large pump bottle. Has anyone got one of those? I had one of those too. This is all that's left. Some person in my home has taken the bottom of the pump bottle, but nobody knows who. So I will find it at some stage. It will be stashed somewhere. But at the moment, all I can show you is the top of the pump bottle. And it holds a litre of water, and it gives you a really strong jet of water, and that's what I use when I do my windows too. I think it makes a massive difference. But at the moment, I have a little bottle. That is all there is left. Right, so this one again onto the floor. And the medium floor fibre, when this one came out, it made a massive difference because it was so easy to use. None of that sitting water, straight the way over. And of course, for all your pet paws, which is all those reasons that you've been talking about, it's just awesome because it's just water. So now it doesn't matter that your pet has spilt half of their food and is now going to eat most of it off the floor because it's only water. You've used yours as a vase. Have you got mine? That's what I want to know. Okay, and then on the bottom here is, look, manky that we are, you can see we've been in and out all weekend, and I purposefully didn't wash the floor because I wanted to show you how easy is that to get the job done. It's like 2 seconds, no sitting water, no barricading the entrance, job done, super safe, ready to go again, right? And if you've got pets, then that is just going to be an awesome change and an awesome difference for them. So I would really encourage you, if you haven't got the floor system, there is not a better time, because this here with the medium fibre would usually be £126, and at the moment you can get it for 110, right? And that's it, and you're on your way. And then if you host a demo, you may find that you get some more money off and you can get your dust fibre. All right, so it's such a good opportunity to get it right now. What about other things to do with pets? I mean, how do we stop all that stuff going on the floor in the first place? So if you've got lots of pet dander, stuff on your furniture, all right, even before it gets to the floor and you need to use your dust glove, that's where I would be using my lint glove. All right, so that would be all over the furniture, picking up the hair, getting rid of as much as possible. And then for cleaning out lip trays, giving them a groom, all of those sorts of things that I know all of you talk about, then I would be using this glove here, all right, the duo glove, the outdoor duo glove, which you can get as a pet version this month only, right here. Ooh, don't know which way I am. All right, and you can get that for 39 rather than 43 with a little pad as well for eyes and for ears. Now, the other thing that I was just going to talk to you about quickly, I've promised, so I'm going to do it now, is using the flexi set. And again, if you host a demo at the moment, then you can get this for 49 rather than 69. Let me show you how manky we are. If I take you up over here, and we have a Velux window. You can imagine how often that gets cleaned. Not very. But I looked up there today, I don't know if you can see, but if you have a look up, you might be able to see the amount of cobwebs, and dead flies, always a joy, that there are there. And what I'm going to do is go up with this, and you can see that this wonderful flexi set also fits on your floor pole. And then when you, oh my goodness, there won't be any cobwebs in your house, they're all in mine. Look at that. How easy was that? Why don't I do it more than about once every 6 months? Look at that. How effective is that? Obviously, there's now going to be a whole load of hungry spiders in my house because I have their dinner for about the next 6 months trapped in my flexi fibre. But this is so easy. This is where everything all comes together with Enyo. That's what I love about it, because you've got your flexi set that fits on your floor pole, you've got your twister that fits on your combi wiper, and it fits on your floor set, and suddenly there's not one thing that you can't clean. It's awesome, isn't it? Right, so to recap then, I know it's really incredible, isn't it, Wendy? What a great transformation. Right, so what do I want to leave you with? I want to leave you with the question about what are you cleaning your floors with and who is going to be affected. So Suzanne was saying today about the reason she started to want to use Enyo is because she was really aware about her bare feet, right, and what she's absorbing. I know other clients who have said, I can feel the difference when I use Enyo because I'm not that kind of suck mark all over you If you've got pets, obviously they get more affected. So I would really encourage you, while the super duper deal is on, just to maybe think about your floors as well. Okay, so floors, why do we want to do it? Because we want to get those chemicals out, and we can just clean with water way more effectively and completely safely. We always have a fibre to suit you. It's as simple as that. So have a great week, everybody. Next week, Fiona and I are going to go again for our delayed from the therapist's room. So our plan is to do a joint live next week. Who would know if that will work? But we're going to have a go. And we really look forward to seeing you then. I agree, the floors do feel soft when you clean them with Enyo. It's just lovely. I love being able to walk around like that. Right, have a great week, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I really look forward to seeing you next Monday, where Fiona and I are going to talk about cleaning her therapist's room, what that's like now that she's back out of lockdown, what she does when she cleans for her clients, and the difference that Enyo has made for her in that environment. I might even have some lights. Who would know? Have a great week, and thanks again. Cheers then. Bye bye.